like this. This is the moment. Live from Los Angeles. Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moyer. Welcome to Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, and now on Twitter.
And today is Thursday Thoughts, hashtag Thursday Thoughts. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of owning a pet. We're going to talk to one gentleman, his inspirational story of traveling the world and finding all kinds of fitness modalities, discovering them. And finally, we've got a few other interviews around becoming thoughtful and giving back in the realm of pets. It's all about pets and finding everything in this today, right?
Happiness and love. Happiness and love. Absolutely.
And rock and roll. So we started the show with Toto, and we have Jasmine Kimball in the house. Her husband, Bobby Kimball, was actually one of the band members of Toto. We're so excited. She's got a charity now, Saving Canine Lives, where she rescued Zoe, and Zoe is our Focus TV pet mascot. We're so excited. We recently had a photo shoot with her. We're going to give you a sneak peek of that later in the show. It is a good February.
It is the first of the month. So we actually have a new theme this month. We decided that every month we're going to have a new theme and a new affirmation. So the affirmation of the month is love is the only truth. It is a month of love.
Take it.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean, Erin?
Yeah, it's a great question. What does it mean to you?
Well,
Don't you love when she flips it and puts you on the spot like that?
I'm usually the deflector. Yes. For me it means, so I feel that at our very core we're all one, right? So when I feel that oneness, I call that love, right? So at the very core we're all human. We all want the same things, have the same primitive needs, the same psychological needs. I think of that as oneness, and so anytime I feel that connection with somebody else, that's what I call love.
We're going deep.
Yeah.
We're going really, really deep.
But it's always there, right? It's always there.
So
that
thoughtful
oneness.
on a Thursday, Rob.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Geez, I was just going to say coffee and puppy love.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
That
There
is
you
my
go.
love. That is my truth this month.
Right? For me, as a doctor of NA, teaching universal law, teaching how we work with our energy, it all comes down to basically awakening. So everything is ebbing us towards our growth, which is all love. So that's for me. Love just is. There's no definition. It's just all of life is love. So
I love it. It's good to remember that.
Well, we are so excited to have some very special guests in the house this morning. Glenn, owner of Love Pets Photography, and Jasmine Kimball of Saving Canine Lives. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So speaking of love being our only truth, what do you love most about living in Los Angeles? Jasmine.
No thinking. I moved from New York, where everybody's hustle, hustle, hustle. And here I find, you know what? When you make friends, they call it La La Land, but I have found I have more friends here than I ever did when I lived in New York. Does it make sense?
And look at those two beautiful friends you have right there.
Yes, yes. And you know what? LA is opening doors for a lot of people in the fact that there are so many animals in the shelter that need help.
That's beautiful. Glenn, you recently moved to Los Angeles from Australia. What do you love about living in LA?
Yeah, there's a really cool energy about LA, and I think there's such a big diversity of landscapes close by, and just different cultural, significant places that are really amazing to go and see and visit. And so for me, I love nature, and that's a big part of being in this part of the world. So it's a really fun environment to be around.
Love that energy.
I love his accent.
Oh, thank you both so much for being here today and with your puppy love. I am feeling the love this month. We had so much fun a couple days ago. We brought Zoe, Erin, and I, and Felicia to Love Pets Photography. It is on La Brea, right around, La Cienega, excuse me. It's on La Cienega, right around the corner. And there we are going into the studio. What a fun afternoon.
Right. So if you're on Instagram, you can go to facebook.com/Good Morning La La Land to see some of the footage. incredible.
It's
It's so LA, honestly. So LA.
Zoe was having so much fun. Let's just talk about her
Zoe-
tail did not stop wagging the
Always
whole
is
time.
having fun.
And Glenn was such a rock star. Shoes off, and he was running around that studio. I mean, I have never seen a photographer move so fast, like lightning. He just was getting, I mean, such good moments, and she just looked so precious, having so much fun. And I really believe Glenn was having fun too.
Right, there's a lot of treats for those dogs. I don't know if Zoe got sick afterwards. With
No, so many treats, but it's such an incredible business what they're doing and celebrating the connection and the love between the pets and their owners. And that's what's so special about the photography that they're doing. They're not just saying, oh, here's a cute dog. It's here is this dog's personality, and this is the love and the light that they bring to the family.
Right. I'll never forget LA. You know, there's so many dogs, and people are just like, they don't have as many kids. They have more dogs here, right? So one day, the first time I went up Runyon Canyon, I remember cracking up so hard because you go up there and there's all these people with their chihuahuas going on a hike in LA, and I was like, what is the deal? People have full makeup on and their chihuahuas walking. I'm like, this is hiking? Yeah, that's hiking.
My dad would always joke and say, you need at least one pet to even be allowed to live in LA. And I think that's
Right?
true. Yeah,
Very true. Very true.
I'm guilty. I had 2 pets, and I was hiking up Runyon Canyon with a little Yorkie Maltese and my little Maltese Pomeranian. And it was so funny because literally I would get approached by different pet agents. That's so LA.
Really?
I was like, these are my love dogs.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to make them work. Although I could have taken them to a photo shoot because when we show you these pictures of Zoe later in the show, you are going to die.
Right, so cute. Also,
cute.
want to give a little shout out because next door we have this incredible art gallery, and tonight they're having a little
Yes, the Art Angels
right.
Gallery.
And I have to say that I'm not a huge art person. Like I can appreciate art, but it's not really my thing, if you will.
Yeah.
But I have to say that they're actually my favorite studio. I'm not just saying that because they're next door, but their art is over the top, so inspirational, like A+++.
Yeah, it's amazing. So 7 p.m. solo show by Mike Rosenthal. They're right on 9020 Beverly Boulevard.
Yes, it's
Right.
called the Rites and Ritual Show, and this is one of the most well-curated galleries in Los Angeles. So whether you are an art expert or you're new to the art world, you certainly are going to want to check it out. It's open for the rest of the month, but tonight is the opening
Right?
gala.
It's called Art Angels. So we like it because it kind of goes along with our whole thing over here. So we're going to take a break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of owning a pet. Stay tuned.
I'm Jasmine Moye, host of Good Morning La La Land, and I've got one of my co-producers here, Victoria Simone.
Hey girl, what happened this week in La La Land?
So in case you missed it live, let me tell you all about it over some coffee. On Monday, we had the creator of Jinja in the house.
Jinja.
Yes. On Tuesday was Transformation Tuesday with Catherine Orford and Holly Perkins.
Lift to get lean. Look at that.
Absolutely. Wednesday, we had True Wealth expert Amelia Barroso, also Victoria Frass, social media
Queen.
also the sleep doctor, Dr.
Derek
Lacey. Yes. Thursday, we had Pia Montiel. She's an Emmy Award-winning producer and host, and the global child himself, Augusto Valverde. Friday, we had the Sexual Disorientation podcast with Sylvia Sage and Dr. Ramani, and the 13-time award-winning Emmy producer of the Oprah Winfrey Show, Ellen Rakuten. It was a good week in La La Land.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into This Week in Focus. I am your host, Victoria Simone, bringing you some of the highlights of what was filmed last week at the Focus TV network, which is America's first video streaming talk show network. Today I have Jasmine Moye, host of Good Morning La La Land, helping me out today. We have 3 new shows on our network along with our normal lineup. First show is Moms Matter, hosted by Shirin Yadigar. We have Soul Reboot, hosted by the amazing Allison Charles, and the Rosé Girls with Jess Carroll, who is also on your show.
Absolutely.
Aside from our busy week, we had Good Morning La La Land, who was on your show.
We had 12 great interviews, including the founder of Jinja. Yes. We also had Augusto Valverde, the global child himself, social media queen Victoria Frass, and 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer Ellen Rakuten of The Oprah Show.
Thanks for tuning into This Week in Focus. Jez, thanks for helping me out.
Cheers. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to be celebrating February and love this month. And what better to celebrate love than with puppies? We have some very special guests in the house. Good morning. We have Sylvie from Muffins Halo and Stephen John, who's just joined us and who also has a really cute boxer on Instagram. So Stephen, what do you love most about having a pet?
What's not to love? They're amazing. Walking, going for runs, having a best buddy.
Well, and I'm sure that buddy helps you with your fitness, right?
Oh, of course. Keeps me in shape.
And Sylvie, what do you love most about having a pet?
The companionship. There's unconditional love. They're so sweet. It's the greatest joy in my life for sure.
I can imagine. And Jasmine, I see you with that little love dog right there. Tell me about the love that they've brought into your life.
Well, I foster them, and I found that no matter how depressed or anything, you can't be depressed when you're holding them, when you're snuggling up to them, and all the depression goes away.
That's so true.
Nice.
And Glenn, you just look like you and Coco have so much fun.
You know what? Just having a dog around you, its presence, it just changes how you experience the world. And the one thing that I love about being around a dog is they find joy in the tiniest little things. It could be a stick. Oh, there's a stick. Isn't that fun? Oh, there's a rock. And it just reminds me every time I see it that joy is everywhere. We just got to look around and experience the here and now and not worry about all the crap that goes on in life.
Wow, love that.
It's really profound, actually. It really is. Well, thank you all for being here. We're so excited to hear more about your journeys and your pets later in the show.
That's right. So today's Thursday Thoughts, and we thought, well, let's talk about the pros and cons about owning a dog, because I know that when a lot of the adoption agencies, they get concerned because people come in, they see these cute little dogs, they get all excited, and then they take the dog home and they're like, reality sets in, right? I mean, owning a dog is a big commitment. And so I want to talk about some of the pros and cons, right? Because all three, well, you have dogs, but not with you in LA.
Yeah.
I've owned dogs my entire childhood. We had a dog. We always had one or two dogs.
And I had dogs growing up,
right?
and yeah.
And this is the first time in my life for the last almost 10 years I haven't had a dog. And it's been really hard, but yet at the same time, I know the commitment, so I haven't wanted to take on another dog,
Yes,
right?
yes. It's a great question.
What was your favorite pet, your favorite dog?
I
growing
had
up?
a dog. She was half poodle, half cocker spaniel, and her name was Tootsie because we actually watched that movie with Dustin Hoffman when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, and we loved the movie so much. And I'd wanted a dog so bad, and we got this tiny, tiny little puppy, and her name was Tootsie. How about you guys?
I never wanted an animal because I understood the responsibility and I was already overstressed even as a kid. So, but of course my brother and sister did, and we eventually adopted a little German Shepherd mix, and I got stuck taking care of those cute little puppy.
what was his
and my
name?
mom did too, my mom and I. So that was something also I've learned from that experience. For whatever reason, I was obsessed with the name Jinx, and it turned out to be a very jinxed kind of experience. Poor thing, sweetest dog, but had a tough life. Yeah.
You jinxed him by giving him the
I
name
did,
Jinx?
yeah. You got to be careful what you name things.
Oh, Rob, that
learned-
responsibility,
I know,
right?
Exactly.
Jeez.
Exactly.
So let's dive into this. So we've got some pros and some cons. Okay, so first of all, some pros are they increase personal safety, which is true, right? Dog barks, someone's coming outside your house, whatever.
Yeah.
Number 2 is receiving love, of course. Number 3 is learning patience, which is good. I think they totally teach us the Zen thing. And number 4 is they empathize with you. So anytime you're sad or anything, they kind of just come up and give you love.
I mean, everywhere you go in LA, someone has an emotional support dog. And that's how they're in the restaurants.
Yeah.
That's how they're in Target or in the grocery store. And they all have these little certificates. And even some of them have T-shirts that say, I'm working. And I think, okay, that little Pomeranian is not
Right.
working,
Yeah,
okay?
right.
But it's sure bringing a whole lot of love.
Yeah, maybe that's the work.
It is.
The work is
That's
the
a
love.
good job. It is a
Yes.
good job to have.
Yeah.
Right?
Who was it? Mother Teresa that said, work is love made visible. So in a way, that's what they're doing.
Well, when I just see a little dog, I feel full of love.
Yeah,
right?
you do, right?
Yeah, I do.
Eckhart Tolle wrote a very interesting book about that, actually, about the ways in which having a pet allows you to be more present in the moment. And I think one of
sure.
the guests mentioned that. It's a really powerful tool. You have to learn presence, yeah.
For sure. Let's see what else. And then we have, they improve mental health, which we know a lot of people actually have dogs because they have anxiety or whatever it is. And lastly, save an animal from a shelter. So obviously that would be a positive, right?
Yeah.
So those are the pros, right? I'm sure there's like a million more pros, but this is just from a great article, kind of breaking it down. So the cons, let's talk about this. So
Yeah.
responsibility,
Yeah.
huge responsibility.
Yeah, you can't underestimate that.
How many
piece.
times in LA, if you have an apartment, how many times would you have to take the dog out to go pee? Make sure you take time out of your day, right?
And when during
true.
the day? Sometimes
Right?
it's during the night too.
It was such an investment for me. I have 2 dogs, Sage and Logan, and I love them dearly. And I had them with me in Los Angeles for 4 years. But because of the modeling, I was traveling so often, and they just had such anxiety. And every time I'd leave, they'd get like so screechy. I couldn't have them in the apartment. So I had to relocate them to go live in Michigan with my mom. But it was such a responsibility, not because I didn't have the heart that I didn't want to take care of them, but I knew for them it was actually better if they had a different home.
Right. I mean, it's a tough call, but you had a home for them, so that's amazing. Next is allergies, something I think people don't think about. Allergies, and of course, they're like, it keeps people up from sleeping sometimes. They say pets are one of the #1 things that keep people from having deep sleep because they're waking them up through the night.
Yeah.
If you want to stay single, have an angry cat. That will keep ananybody from spending the night at your house, right?
Fair enough, Jess.
You all
That
have
works,
had that
yes.
moment. You've all had that moment when you
I
go
haven't,
out there.
Jess. Do you want to tell us a few stories?
No, but geez, I mean, just speaking of allergies, or you can always say I have an allergy to the cat.
It's an excuse,
That's a
right?
good one. It's a good out on that. Okay, and then also safety hazards. I think that probably, I mean, I've had a dog where the dog wanted to attack other people. Like can be scary sometimes, right? Yeah. And then cost and poop and. So we got a lot of cons. There's a lot going on. I have to say though that the cost. I mean, I don't think people realize when you have a dog, you not only, of course, have traditional like medical bills, yearly checkups, but you can just go groom the dog, or to have a dog at a dog sitter like it used to be. Like I think like $20 a day. Now it's like what, $75 or $100
Yeah, it's not
a day.
cheap.
It's not cheap.
No, and not only that, now they have pet insurance. So if you can't even afford
course.
your own health insurance, now you've got to invest in insurance for your dog.
I gotta make a recommendation. So, tons of responsibility, right? And all kinds of cons and insane amount of pros. And I will say this much. If you are interested in having a kid, like a human child, I would encourage people to first practice with a pet. If you cannot take care of a pet, you probably shouldn't be
good,
having
right?
kids. Just my own little thing, but yes.
Rob is an expert.
I'm telling you.
expert.
I'm telling you, it's good to be clear about that thing. So.
Yeah, so I think it's good. I think it's a personal decision. And I always think that pets are obviously way more pros than cons. It's just a decision to make sure that you can be responsible and not just on the whim get an adopted pet and then get home and go, ooh, reality.
Well, and having Steve and John on the show, who is discovery and fitness and all of that, sometimes one of the biggest pros for having a pet is actually encouraging you to get outside
For sure.
and to move and to discover new ways that fitness works for you. So we'll definitely talk to him about that later in the show.
Great point.
And an amazing photographer who's going to capture the personality of that little animal.
We'll be right back.
Real
Stay
Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having
Of
me.
course.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest. In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Are we so excited right now?
We are so excited.
I mean,
Thank
we
you for
have
having me.
roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you.
Aw.
I so appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Jenna Barnett with Millennial Mom on Focus TV. And today I have Jennifer Yen here today to chat with me about all things mom related. So you actually started your career as an actress and you were on the very famous TV series Power Rangers, right?
Yes, I used to fight them as my first career.
You're watching Beige Bay TV. It's fitness expert and your Beige Bay Edwina Chia. Ladies and genticles, Tiffany Angulo. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You know, you're my beige bae of the week, not only because of your nationality, but because you just seem like the girl who does it all.
Hi everybody, I'm Allie Landry and welcome to Reshape TV. I have created an online platform, reshapelive.com and Reshape TV, to provide a place where women can learn from the very best resources for those of us who are striving to reshape our lives and live an optimal, healthy lifestyle.
Hey LA, I'm Gwen Lane with the LA Girl, and I'm here with Liz Hernandez, former TV host at Access Hollywood and now the founder of Wordiful. So excited to hear more about that. Liz, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, Gwen. Thanks for having me.
Hi everyone, it's Michelle Gillette, life coach and host of the Spotlight series on Focus TV. And joining us today is our dear friend, Shalini Videra.
And thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so happy to be here.
You're the perfect person to be here because we love anything that is, women helping other women, women empowering other women.
Hi, I'm Janica. I'm here with Focus TV for my segment of Fearless Females. And today I interview Doriana Richmond. You're going to love listening to Doriana. Not only is she beautiful, but she's so heartfelt, and she has created this amazing jewelry line called Stone Simple. Hi.
Oh, thank you for that introduction.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Hi, and welcome to Everyday Game Changers, the show that features people giving back to their community. I'm your host, Annalise Getz, and today we are joined by Rolanda Watts. Rolanda is a stand-up comedian, she's an actress, she's a television personality, and she is a philanthropist, which is why she's here today. So thank you for joining us, Rolanda.
Thank you for having me. A joy to be here.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new magical episode of Soul Reboot. I am your host, Allison Charles. Please welcome and meet this powerful divine queen whose name is Daphne Wayans. I am so happy to be here with you.
I'm so honored to be here. Welcome back. We are live from Los Angeles on Good Morning LaLa Land, and today we're talking love and pets. And we have Jasmine Kimball saving canine lives today with the cutest puppies. Tell us a little bit about the charity.
Okay, we started the nonprofit about 6 years ago, but before we started the nonprofit, I never had a pet at all my whole life. My mom grew up in the Korean War, and so to her, having a pet was not important. Not when you have 4 children to feed. So my dad got a kitten one time, and we went to school, and next thing I know, the kitten was gone. So that was very traumatic. But years later, I was a fish health advisor, took care of koi fish. My husband, Bobby Kimball of Toto, saw this dog adoption. He says, let's go get a dog. I'm like, oh my God, who's going to take care of the dog?
You are, obviously.
He's on the road. Okay. So we went, and there was this little Maltese that was jumping on his hind legs. And I called Bobby. I'm like, oh my God, come over here. Look at this little dog. So we ended up adopting him. His name was Simon. And didn't do anything. Then 5 years later, a friend of ours, Spencer Davis's wife, asked me for a little Maltese. She wanted to find a little Maltese. So we ran around to the shelter, and I saw the shelter for the first time in my life. And you can't say that you're not affected once you walk into a shelter. I mean, I went to East Valley when it was brand new, and I thought, what are people talking about? This is a great shelter. But when you go out to the county shelters and you hear the crying, and you walk and you see the puppies and the the fecal with worms, and it's just horrible. And from there I started fostering, and from there I kept saying, I'm retiring, I'm not doing this anymore. It's too emotional, too everything.
But your heart was too big, you couldn't stop.
So I woke up one morning and said, okay, I'm going to start saving canine lives. And that's how it started. And it started from my dog, little Simon Says, and he died 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
So that's how the whole rescue started.
So
But we save medical dogs.
So I have a question, because these dogs are, I mean, they're so precious, they're cute, but they're little and adorable. What about the big dogs? What about the older dogs? How do you guys deal with those pets that need to be saved?
Okay, so we are a foster-based program, and all the dogs, and we do mainly medical dogs, because the shelter will call me. But the
What is a
issue
medical dog when you say
a
that?
medical dog is broken legs, senior citizens. This one, the shelter called me, she had severe dry eye, and we thought she was blind. And we found out later that she wasn't. I actually named her Sylvie. After my friend. And I called Sylvie and I said, I don't think she's blind, so we're changing the name. So her name is Liza, and she's totally fascinated with Prince. Yes, she is. So, and then that little one there was dumped at the shelter. He is, he was listed as a really old dog. I'm like, he's not old.
He's so sweet.
He was 2.5 pounds out of the shelter.
Oh my goodness. We have some incredible footage I'd like to share with you all from an event that you had a couple years ago with Focus TV. Let's take a look.
And Bobby used to yell at me, "One dog! Only one dog!"
I told him that already. Go ahead. To know that there are people that care this way about dogs is so important. I mean, they are man's best friend, whichever way you look at it.
I would say it's the right thing to do. Puppy mills are not good.
What an incredible event.
Wow. It took 4 months of planning, and we're actually looking for another venue now.
You're an angel. Speaking of angels, I mean, my goodness, wow.
And let's talk about this halo, Sylvie. Oh my goodness.
Well, it all began with a love story with a toy poodle named Muffin. And he went blind at 11 years old, and he was bumping into things. And I was devastated. And people were telling me, you know, you might have to think about putting him down. I said, absolutely not. And I was just determined to find a solution. So I invented Muffin's halo. So as you can see, it's like an angel wing on top with a halo, and it acts like a buffer.
Wow.
So it's really life-altering for them.
So it's for blind dogs.
Yes,
okay.
it's for blind dogs, so when they bump into something, it redirects them.
So genius.
So now they can go anywhere.
Well, we have some great footage I'd like to share with you from Muffin's halo. Let's take a look.
Getting around a dog park was not always easy for Prince.
He was very timid, scared, unsure. Are you ready?
Prince is blind, but that's okay because he's got an angel looking after him.
It's a 3-piece device that helps blind dogs navigate bump free.
Muffin's Halo is a wearable device to help blind dogs of all sizes get around with less stress.
When they hit a hard surface, it just bounces them away, so we automatically directs them.
The name was inspired by Sylvie's first blind dog, Muffin.
Out of sheer desperation at that point, despair, I just started coming up with different ideas.
And now Muffin's halo is spreading its wings across the world.
Israel, Istanbul, South Africa, Iran.
And Sylvie wants every blind dog to have one, no matter what.
We're championing for blind dogs and bringing forth awareness for them and donating halos so they're more adoptable, so they can adapt easily into any new environment.
It's so incredible that now, because of Muffin's Halo, you can help Jasmine rescue more dogs.
Yes, Jasmine rescues a lot of blind dogs, and I supply the halos. She actually just, oh my God, baby Bordeaux, you got to tell.
We had a little dog that it was at East Valley Shelter. It was 15, 16 years old. And normally, you know, you can never place those kind of dogs. There's a little 3.5-pound blind Yorkie, and it just left on Delta Animal Rescue Transport, DART. It's a whole volunteer for of airline stewardess that fly the dogs for free. So she ended up flying from LA to Wisconsin, where now she's living with a two other blind dogs, but she originally adopted them from me. And he's actually maybe up for the Dog Hero Awards, the Noah. For the
Dog
third
Hair
time.
Awards.
Dog Hero.
Oh, hero. Okay, I was like, was there something else?
Yeah. And what's great is Noah has wheels and he has a halo.
He's born deformed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you
he gets
ladies
around and he
are,
goes to the schools and he teaches kids about anti-bullying and that it's okay to be different. Yeah, he's
That's
really
wonderful.
amazing.
So how can people get involved? How can they find you? How can they, if someone wants a pet also, how can they do that?
Our website is savingcaninelivesplus.org. You can fill out, you can send us a message saying that you want to volunteer. We are always in need of fosters, because without fosters we can't save them. Because we take so many medical dogs, most of them, the shelter calls us, they're either blind, deaf, broken legs, hit by a car, head trauma, broken pelvis, and they have to be in foster care. We cannot kennel those dogs.
So if you have a big heart and you want to foster an animal, be sure to check out Jasmine's website, Saving Canine Lives Plus.
Oh, by the way, fosters get first rights to adopt.
Yes!
So sweet.
Good.
So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive.
Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art.
Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud.
Then share it with friends and family.
Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book.
Oh, you were going to make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said.
Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
We're live on Good Morning La La Land with the Creator Canada Ribbon of Ginger. We're talking about motivation and perfection today, but you perfected a cocktail, right?
Yeah, this is I call this motivation in a bottle. It's like it's the embodiment of me. If you could actually ask that question, who would you be if you were a beverage? So just to run down the ingredients, the original version has fresh ginger, cayenne pepper, lemon, green tea, mint, and cane sugar. The dragon fruit version, which we'll try a little bit later, has got all those ingredients plus dragon fruit and passion fruit. This is an anti-inflammatory, and they found that ginger is just as effective as Motrin for anti-inflammation.
Right? I'm not gonna lie, like this is not, I'm not trying to fluff it up. It's really, really good.
And it's got like really, like the perfect amount of kick is what I love about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Unexpected. So smooth,
so
refreshing.
And then a little sparkle, like, oh.
Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. My heart couldn't be more full of love today. Look
at all these loves.
Wow, and Love Pets Photography is in the house. Welcome, Glenn and Coco. How are you today?
Thank you. Fantastic.
We get to meet your dog. Your dog wasn't at your studio the other
No,
day.
she wasn't. Normally she would be. She's there every day except for when we're super busy. But yeah.
So earlier in the show, we mentioned that we brought our little mascot Zoe in for a very special photo shoot with Glenn. So tell us about your studio.
Well, Love Pets Photography. Look, really everything we do is about celebrating the love and connection pets bring to our lives. Just really celebrating the joy that people get from having these little bundles of fur in their lives. And at the same time, we use it to help animal welfare. We do a lot of projects throughout the year to raise funds for animal welfare and to photograph pets that are in shelters to hope try and make them look as cute as possible and get adopted quicker. So that's really what we're about.
The studio is fantastic. We went in, it's
beautiful.
It's so cool, and I love how you guys don't just get just the perfect shot, some glamour shot of the dog. We also have them in motion and kind of getting their personality, which is super cool.
And that's what it is. It's all about personality. I mean, look, you can go to a lot of places and get a beautiful photo of your dog, and we'll do that, but I think it's what we love about them is their personalities. What they bring to us, the cute, quirky things that make us laugh or cry. And they're the things that we want to capture because they're going to mean so much more to people when they see them on their walls and experience them.
So what's fascinating to me about dogs is that there's a personality that vibes with somebody. So Coco is a lab, I'm assuming.
Well, she's actually a cross Great Dane and Pointer.
Yeah, she does look great, yeah. But it's funny because some people love big dogs, some people love small dogs. My sister loves the lab. She's been a lab person her entire life. I've been more of the small, kind of 20-pounder. So what do you find? Do you think that there's personality types that like particular dogs?
You know what? I think dogs
cool
take
people
on.
20 dogs.
I think dogs take on the personality of. Well, I think it's more the energy. They're very perceptive and very intuitive, and I think they take on the energy of the people that they associate with.
So it's really interesting in your story. You started with the people studio, right?
Yes, yeah, for about 20 years.
Traditional photography studio in Australia. How did that translate to pet photography?
Really, because of this one. We had dogs in the past, my wife and I, and we'd gone for about 3 or 4 years after they passed away. And at one point, my wife looked at me and said, "We need another dog." And I wasn't totally sold, I've got to admit, because we're pretty busy. But we thought, let's go for it. And part of it was talking to adoption centres. I heard lots of stories about it was either pets that had been given up because they were now old and a family's got a puppy and they didn't want it anymore. And I just thought that I just don't know how people can do that. And there was a lot of stories of abuse as well. So that was one thing that kind of really touched me. But when we brought her home, we lived on the beach in Sydney and she'd never been to a beach before. So obviously the first thing we did was settle her in and take her to the beach. And she followed us along, and then her feet hit the sand and all of a sudden she just froze. She didn't know what to make of this sort of alien feeling. So she kind of followed us. We encouraged her onto the beach, and today it's one of her favourite places. But I guess it was just seeing that transition between this scared, uncertain being to someone that's just really full of energy, life, play, and is really confident. And it was one of those things where we thought, we have to do more to help animals that are in shelters find a new loving home. And this was kind of how we thought we could do that. We thought, we'll open a hobby studio, do some projects for shelters and for fundraising, but it just turned out that it was such a great idea that people loved and want to be a part of. I mean, we get people driving for 4 and 5 hours to come to the studio.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with your energy and your
Right.
personality, right? It's incredible. Have you ever had a tough shoot or tough animals that could show up and it's just impossible?
Yeah, look, we've had all sorts of animals. I've photographed pet pigs, chickens, ducks, snakes. We've had a kangaroo in the studio in Australia. I know.
Kangaroo.
It was pretty wild. Most of it is dogs though. And I've never had a bad experience with a dog. I did have one attach itself to my butt one day. I jumped up and but lucky it was only a little one. It was a little chihuahua.
So at your studio, though, there's so much more happening than just the photography. So also yoga, right? With animals. Tell us about that.
Yeah, look, there is a yoga center next door, and last night we actually did have a bring your dog to yoga. So the owners were doing yoga with their dogs. And it was the funniest thing. I was looking out the window, and yeah, they're trying to do yoga and the dogs are jumping up and licking their faces. People just rolling around laughing. So
That's so LA, right?
It is, yeah. And then they came in for a little shoot and we just gave them a little bit of a taster. Yeah.
Oh, and you have an exhibit coming up, right?
We do, which is also to do with animal welfare. So since we opened, we've been putting together an exhibition. The idea is people that want to be a part of an exhibition, they pay to come and have a photograph and be in the exhibition. It's $150, and then we donate that in full to Best Friends Animal Society. And so that's on the 15th of March. We're having the exhibition. I think we photographed about 130, 40 dogs for it, so it's been a pretty big project, and should be fun.
Oh,
so fun.
So we had so much fun having the photo shoot with Zoe, and I would love to see some of the final photos of this sweet little angel that Glenn took. We have some we're going to show you right now.
You didn't go straight into the photo shoot. You kind of just play with her a little bit, give her some treats.
Well,
like
working with people, you have to build rapport. They've got to trust you enough to want to do what you want. I mean, there's no point trying to make them do something because then their ears going to be down, they're going to be scared. We want them to have fun, so
Right.
it's rapport.
And you had the flash of lights too, like you wanted her to get used to that before.
Yeah,
you did
definitely, yeah.
Yeah. How do you build? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, obviously Zoe was a natural. So, I mean, look at that. She's a natural born model. She's probably going to get an agent.
You mean you're not giving me all the credit?
Well, I'll give you some credit, but Zoe's just got it. She was born with it.
She's got that star quality.
Yeah, no, she is pretty cute.
What were you going to ask?
No, I was just wondering how you build that trust in the beginning. I know, you made a great point that you sort of build trust with animals the same way that you do with people. And what would you say?
I think it's how you show up.
Yeah.
It's the energy that you give to them. It's just trying to get them to like doing what you want them to do. Yeah, it's kind of like working with kids, really. Yeah, if you can get a child to do what you want it to do, or what I want it to do to be what it wants to do, is more like it, then you'll get whatever you want.
Right. And you got down on the ground with her. It was like you got your shoes off.
You're all in.
There, right?
You guys all in.
If I'm not covered in hair and drool by the end of the day, something's gone wrong.
So how can people find you? How can they get involved?
Yeah, well, we have a studio on La Cienega. It's in between Melrose Avenue and Melrose Place. So it's very easy to find. Our website is lovepetsphotography.com. So again, pretty easy. Go check out the website. There's a contact page. Leave some details there. Give us a call. We'd love to have a chat with anyone that wants to come and celebrate their little fur baby's life and really honour what they bring to them.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your service, for all you do, and your art. We're all about showcasing people's dreams and their art, and what a great way of doing that and giving back. So thank you so much for everything.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing, let me just, because this is really important to do with the rescue. The way we look at it is every 3 dogs we photograph, we save a dog's life. Because it tends to cost about $500 to rescue and rehome a dog. So for people out there thinking about it, if they're thinking, well, let's go and do it, then that's what they're contributing to.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here
No worries.
today. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more on Good Morning LaLa Land.
And the reason they book me and keep me is because it's more than just training. It's just authentic. And so I think that's one thing I realized that I had my whole life was will. I'm so determined to get to where I want to go. I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even myself. Right? And I try to tell my clients and people, it's all a mindset. You got to really want it. They said, you can change anything, but before you change anything, you got to change it in your mind first. Just because I always say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
I'm Eden Sassoon, and I own 2 Pilates studios, Eden by Eden Sassoon Pilates. And to be quite honest, I hate socks. But my girlfriend Sally just created a line, Mantra Socks. And to me, at Pilates, you cannot get on my machine without socks. But now, you can get on my machine with the intention. Today, I have Be Love. To me, that means a lot. But also, when you buy a pair of these socks, 1 pair gets donated to a homeless shelter. And that is something, that's really what matters, to be quite honest. It's not just about the sock. It's about the intention. It's about what you're giving back and how you're paying it forward. And so for that, Sally, I thank you. And I love Mantra Socks.
I'm Joyce Gerard, and I support my beautiful friend Sally with her mantra socks. Look how cute they are. Be Loved is my favorite, so go get them. Run and get them on Amazon.com.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We're so excited to welcome Stephen John Williams of Fitness Discovered to Good Morning La La Land.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Well, since you've been traveling the world, you're back in LA now.
Yes.
Tell us about Fitness Discovered.
Well, Fitness Discovered started last year, or 2016. I quit my job and just traveled the world.
And your job was?
I was working as a fitness trainer. So I was been involved in fitness for about 10 years. Working at every major boot camp, Barry's Boot Camp, Lit, Base Camp, Equinox, every gym, you name it. Took it off, went
So
over to Nepal.
why quit? Why quit and travel the world?
You know, it was more about making money than it was about helping people. So I wanted to switch my mindset and just travel and make fitness free for everyone. So I created Fitness Discover, a free platform to get people just to enjoy exercising. Here's some free workouts, because it's really about what we eat. That's 80% of it.
I agree.
The 20% is the lifting weights, or the fun part, the dance part. Whatever you want to work out, it should be the most fun. So
those abs are made in the kitchen.
So then you went and you went around the world. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I pretty much went myself, went to Nepal, started in Nepal, and then lived at a monastery with some monks and taught English for about 2 months.
Wow.
How was that experience?
It was really great, but also devastating. It's still really affected by the 2015 earthquake, so there's a lot of people living in tents, a lot of people suffering, a lot of animals, the amount of dogs that are just kind of just everywhere. They can't do anything about it. That was devastating me the most. But it was good, because I got to meet a lot of people, talk to people, and figure out, well, how can I make a difference? How can we actually change? So, put up some meditations and try to learn about that. Became a certified Reiki practitioner, which was something I didn't expect.
In Nepal?
Not in Nepal. I actually went to Thailand.
Oh,
for
in
that.
Thailand. Wow.
But was there, cleaned up trash in the ocean, kind of just went to country and tried to make a positive difference.
Right.
And came back.
I love that, because I think that in LA, look, we've got some incredible places to go work out. There's so many trendy places. There's so many great things, and people are so fit here. But at the same time, it feels kind of empty sometimes, and I get that. Like, it's so inspirational to think about you going, okay, cool, we have this in LA, I gotta go find like what really is inspiring. Because you can have the best body, but if you don't, feel good about yourself and just connected,
Well, it
right?
should be fun. I mean, you should enjoy what you're doing, and everyone should know how to take care of their own body.
Anywhere in the world too. So when you're not in LA and you don't have your class pass and you're, in Thailand, it's great to be able to come and see somebody like you who's saying this is how you can take care of yourself anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, or even find out places you would never think to go. I was working out with this kickboxer in this little tiny gym on this little town called Pokhara in Nepal, which I recommend anyone to go. It's beautiful. It's on this lake. Either way, I met him and he didn't speak English, and realized I was like, I just want to, learn.
Communicate through kickboxing.
Picked up, learned, and was there for about a week with him and trained with him, and it was an awesome experience.
Isn't that amazing though, how health and wellness really is a universal language.
Completely.
You didn't have to speak
Along
the
with the
language.
love language for that.
Yes.
So now what? Tell us about this pancake.
Well, I came back while in Thailand. I was training with some Muay Thai guys, and they were talking about protein pancakes, and I've always been a fan of eating healthy.
And I've always been a fan of pancakes. So.
Pancakes, so I wanted to come back and create a product that is going to, help people nutritionally. So these pancakes are pretty much, they're gluten-free. They can be vegan-free. It's based on a comic book cookbook called Major Protein. So each recipe has a story, and everyone is kind of based around this whole year of traveling. Oh, wow. So I'm inspired.
So we hear a rumor that it's made out of insect protein. Is that correct?
These ones are not. These are made with whey, and they can be
thank God.
changed.
I'm nervous right now. I'm going to eat these on.
It's like a fear factor. It's Good Morning La La Land. It's fear factor.
Soon, we're actually launching the product, and we're going to be launching it with a different type of protein. We want to create a completely sustainable product, even down to the packaging.
I mean, when you say sustainable, how is it impacting the universe?
It's going to pretty much, once it's launched, it's going to be one pancake will reduce water over 500,000 liters a year.
Just one pancake?
Just one pancake.
How? Like what?
Crickets don't require much to grow. and it's pretty much, I know it's kind of different, but you got to think about it. I mean, it's twice the amount of protein as beef, more iron than spinach, more calcium than milk.
All the calcium, all the bones, all the
Essential
external
amino
right?
acids, B12, which is extremely good for keeping your skin looking beautiful and young. So it's going to be mind blowing.
It's going to take a little mind shift.
Yeah, crickets are saving the water of the world and making me
How bad
look
do you
young.
want to be healthy, look healthy?
All right, I'm dying to try it. I'm going to dig right in.
So this is the Mexicano.
The Mexicano.
It's a churro flavored protein pancake.
Churro flavored.
I love that.
A full serving has about 54 grams of protein.
Love that.
48 grams of carbohydrates, good carbs. I use oats and tapioca.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Wow.
about 5 grams of healthy fats.
It's really good.
So it's a good amount of portions of great for post-workout, great for breakfast, or even
It's
before bed.
great.
Wow. Thank
You're
you.
speaking our language around here because obviously we talk a lot about health and wellness. And one of the common things as a woman, I realize now, getting into my midlife, that I was on all those diets, all those things, low fat, all that, I would never eat enough protein. So what I'm finding now is one of the biggest things I'm trying to get into my life is the protein. So this is this is great. This is amazing.
Yeah, I use a lot of places. I remember I lived in Arizona, and there was one place I would make protein pancakes. So anywhere else, there's no one. It's hard to find something that is healthy and good. There's a lot of protein shakes, but after a while, every day you eat a protein shake, you get a little bored. You want to change it up.
Yes, and the protein pancakes I've tasted before taste nothing like this. This is like legitimately good.
This tastes like a churro.
Yeah, like I would actually eat this. Like
Yeah.
not just if it was protein based. It was just regular pancake. It's amazing.
So did you also find traveling around that people did different styles of working out? Tell us a little bit about that.
All different times. It's kind of amazing. U.S., we kind of put ourselves in the gym. Everyone else seems to just go outside and use what they have that's available. Brazil, they have this thing called Mahamudra. So you go with this park, and there's a bunch of it's a community of people working out, doing boot camps together, not charging any money. It's completely free.
I love that. See, I would watch a show like that because I'm not into the whole. Some people love the genre of working out. For me, it's not something I do it because I need to and whatever. It's not my focus. But I think that if you had a show or something like that where you go and you showcase the different cultures around that would be so fascinating to watch. Do you have any footage from all that?
Oh yeah, it's all on fitnessdiscovered.com.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
great. We're going to check it out for sure.
Please, yeah.
I love the idea of keeping workouts fun. Because it's the one thing that you notice when you go to the gym, everybody looks miserable, right? I mean, not everybody, most people look pretty miserable. So I love that you're bringing this fun element to physical fitness.
Oh, it should be fun. I mean, if you don't like lifting weights, don't lift weights. That's the 20% part. Go take a dance class. I love trying all different types. There's Groove here in LA. LA has literally every single workout in the world.
So what do you do to work out?
I try everything. I focus on what I eat. And I usually wake up in the morning, go on a little bit of a run or a walk, just 20 minutes, walk the dog sometimes, most of the time. And then later throughout the day or at night, I'll do weight training because I love lifting weights or take a class.
And what is your mission with Fitness Discovered?
Just to inspire people to know that they can work out. It's not that hard. It's just about learning what you can do to make easy changes in your life.
And what have you learned about yourself in creating this?
I learned, that's a good question. This whole past year kind of taught me that no matter what happens, I at least want to leave this planet knowing I've left it better than I came into it. If that makes sense.
That's beautiful.
Well, if you leave these pancakes behind, you certainly have.
I make 12 different recipes. So I love that. If you're interested in the recipes, just go to at the Kickstarter at Major Protein.
Okay,
and,
great.
Yeah,
so where can they find you? They can go to the Kickstarter and then you have a website and all that stuff.
Yep, on YouTube, it's all 100% free, Fitness Discovered or fitnessdiscovered.com.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all your work. And
thank you. Yeah, awesome.
I'm inspired. I'm going to start making pancakes instead of my shake in the morning.
Yeah, coming over your place.
Okay, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Eden Sassoon, and I own 2 Pilates studios, Eden by Eden Sassoon Pilates. And to be quite honest, I hate socks. But my girlfriend Sally just created a line, Mantra Socks. And to me, at Pilates, you cannot get on my machine without socks. But now, you can get on my machine with the intention. Today, I have Be Love. To me, that means a lot. But also, when you buy a pair of these socks, 1 pair gets donated to a homeless shelter. And that is something, that's really what matters, to be quite honest. It's not just about the sock. It's about the intention It's about what you're giving back and how you're paying it forward. And so for that, Sally, I thank you. And I love mantra socks.
Hi guys, I'm Joyce Gerard and I support my beautiful friend Sally with her mantra socks. Look how cute they are. Be Love is my favorite. So go get them. Run and get them on Amazon.com.
Okay, we're back live from Los Angeles. I am so excited, you guys. I want all these dogs. I love dogs so much.
Well, they're up for adoption.
I know. I'm just crying on the
Not Coco.
Prince.
That's right.
Aw. So we have a little tradition. We want to give you guys a little something here.
Yeah,
it is called a Karma Army coin. And basically it's all about doing good deeds, which you guys already do.
Thank you.
But it's about paying it forward, and they all have little codes on them. So when you do a good deed, whether it be buying someone a tea or giving them a puppy, you can give them the coin, and you can actually log in the stories, and that are tracked around the globe. So we'll all be able to watch our butterfly effect of our good deeds, right?
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Love it. Thank you.
So I just want to say thank you guys all for all of your work. All of us are contributing, and that's the whole point of the show, is showcasing all the great spirits in this town, all the angels in LaLa Land. So even if you're in Los Angeles or not, we know and we believe in you, we believe in your dreams, and we believe that each and every one of us can give our message, our calling, our purpose, and our gifts to the world.
And
so thank you so much.
Yeah, this month it's all love is the only truth.
Right.
Love is the truth.
I'm feeling love right now.
Thank you so much. It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
The only